Top stuff, it is a vehicle control point. So it's what's used by generally infantry elements to stop the flow of traffic or to interdict any sort of illegal things like drugs, guns and bombs, which will be something that we'll be looking at quite heavily in the next deployment. You'll hear more about that at the end. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to be going through this and talking about what the job is of a VCP. So that's typically, it's a sentry point for an element like a platoon, used to control the movement of vehicles as discussed, and allow other elements to have a place of administration and safety. So at some point, all of you will run a VCP, guarantee it. We'll be on them as a platoon HQ at some point just to make sure that it's all going well. But generally, everybody here will have to stand a post in that point of time. So what it's to do, to maintain a broad checker and road movement in order to provide reassurance to the local population, so the people that will be working with to build hearts and minds. Is to frustrate the movement of arms, ammunition, explosives, and narcotics, as we'll find out. It's to assist in the enforcement of controls of movement for both people and material. So for example, if you're establishing a closed VCP to cordon a town, and then it's to gather information and data on suspected persons and vehicles. One of the big things in the next deployment, and you're going to hear for half an hour at the end of tonight, is that we're going to be looking very closely at peoples of interest. If you're on Scimitar, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you weren't, what that basically means is that within the deployment we will be given specific names and individuals to look out for, or possibly details of vehicles moving through an area. It'll be your job to collate information on that, and it'll be your IC's job to capture that. So to make it clear, everybody here will have their eyes open and be taking information in for things that will then be passed up to their ICs and will affect the deployment going forward.
Have you got that? Yeah.
Okay, right, so most of you guys have done VCPs before, so we're in Scotland where they drive on the left hand side of the road. So our external trenches are going to be on the left hand side of the road. As you're looking down the direction of travel, and the secondary trenches will be on the opposite side, so we'll make like a little chicane and then a little searcher's box in the middle. So Sorga, Birch and Francis, if you could set up the two trenches to the northwest for me please, just do them 10 meters away from this location. And Delta, if you were to set up the southeastern ones, and Averson, if you can go with Delta, I'll go with Charlie.
Yeah, and then I'll be bringing them back in, do little searches in command box.
Yes.
To see it. I'll go with these now.
Okay, Chris.
Oh, that'll do then.
Well, I've dug one, so I can move that into position.
And then we'll start one on the other side as well.
Let's just move this one.
Hey, look at this thing. Look at these new trenches, huh?
Right, might want to move out of the way because I'm about to pick it
Get
up.
fucking shot in the dick if you're standing behind that.
You want another one here?
It's tall.
Fuck me, you're strong, mate.
Okay. So what we're doing? Let's do 5 meters. One. One. Oh, I can't let me walk. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Watch the other way.
Oh my god.
They're so tall. The most broken thing in the world.
Noble, watch out.
Someone's shooting, he's coming for me.
I could charge a fucking T90 with this thing.
Oh my god.
Ground control.
You've got to be able to get a car through here.
Yeah, you can get a car through that.
I mean, yeah, but some of them aren't the best drivers in the world.
Angus. Their direction of travel. They're in the left
That's
lane.
the wrong side.
No, that's right.
Oh,
Want another
here
trench
is the
here?
wrong way around.
Well, no, if they're coming from the way we're looking,
Am I
they'll
getting
be driving
swapped? I
on the
can't build
left.
the other trench.
Yeah, so that
Coming
one
back.
there needs to be back here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really glitchy.
But do it, say, about 6 or 7 meters behind the right hand side one.
Good hell, you're not getting shot behind that, will you?
Yeah?
Roger, I'll send 2.
Fisher and Noble,
Yep.
if you could go down to Angus and help him build another trench. He's there.
Roger, lower your weapon system and you'll be going out, stopping and questioning.
Where do you want the other trench?
Alright, bit alright.
Which other trench, sorry?
Remember Angus Avison, that guy at the front, he needs to be out in the middle of the road. There we go.
There's no way for me to help him now building it.
Yeah, you can't help with this one.
Yeah, for some reason they updated it, and the guy who made it
Say that again.
changed it.
Come over to him and tell him to come closer, or...
No, unfortunately.
There's fine, mate. Go up to him, have an inspection of the vehicle, have a conversation with him, find out some details.
There's actually no way to help people with building trenches at the moment.
Oh, is there no dot, is there?
No, it's broken.
No worries then, glitched as fuck, I guess.
I was gonna push boat, Is he good to go? Roger. But you happy for me to let him pass on through?
Yeah.
Vehicle approaching southeast. It's the one they just searched, but do you want me to stop him anyway?
We'll double check on that. We've got another bus going through, so make him hold until the bus has passed through. Make him stop further back as well to give the bus a room to pass through.
Once this bus has passed through, I want to shift the whole VCP northwest, so that the centre is the gap in the wall. Never mind, he turned off. Another VCP going on. That bus out. So guys, the basic setup of these VCPs will have one man on the outer trench, who will be the talker. He'll approach the vehicles, have a chat with them, and then he will walk them into the centre once he's got approval from me, into the searcher's trench, where whoever is searching, in this case Birch, will search the individual, bring the individual over to me in the command trench, and I will also chat to the individual. Birch will then search the vehicle, making sure there's no nonsense on there, and if it's all good, we will allow him to pass through. If all is not good, we will detain the individual and we will await for local authorities to arrive. We can't arrest, we can only detain. The people on the second trench, so not the outer but the next closest, they will be the cover group for the talkers. So you're going to be watching the vehicle, making sure that nothing is happening that's untoward or that you could stop. For example, if the person gets out with a weapon system, the talker will ask him to drop it. Just as an example, when we're in country, there's different rules and regulations around that. But if the searcher asks him to drop the weapon system and he doesn't, and he starts to raise it, it's then on your call as part of Card Alpha whether you engage or not.
Yay, order link into him.
Your responsibilities will also be to visually inspect the vehicles before we allow them into the VCP. If you look underneath it and, for example, see a satchel charge or a bomb, then please tell everybody straight away. One big thing to remember on VCPs, and I learned this the hard way on Scimitar 2, is to make sure that you are on the right vocal setting. If you want to talk to us and say, East Dodgy's got a bomb, make sure you're on whisper before you do it, because all you're going to do is just tell the geezer that we know he's got an IED in his car.
He's got a satchel charge.
Just
You
bear
lay
that in
down and
mind.
put link into him.
So they drop off the motorcycle?
Vehicle to the southeast is moving. The other checkpoint might be coming this way.
But you should be in the search
It
and
is.
strength at all times, unless we've got contact. Sorga, hand him off to Birch now. Birch, drag him in.
One's pickup truck southeast. He just got searched by the other team.
Hey, buddy.
That does not sound radical, man.
I'll have to ask for you.
Oh!
Just stay behind the trench, mate.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't mind just waiting for another 30 seconds. I'll quickly.
And obviously in this type of.
Hey, right, I'm back. What's that, Marsh? This guy's just gone through the other checkpoint. We let him through. I'm treating him as someone fresh. Stand by.
Yeah, in our next deployment, if we start raising weapons and stuff, they'll see that as an aggression tactic, and then they'll start firing on us, and it all goes to bullshit. Then we lose ground and all that type of bollocks. So yeah, got to be careful.
Yeah, roger.
Which really fucking upsets me. So I've got the big licks gun, and I fucking love pointing it at people.
We're gonna give him
Looks intimidating, though.
a quick search.
Even for me, and I'm on your side. At least I think so.
We're currently occupied with another vehicle, so just hold him there for a minute and just tell him to wait for a couple of minutes, and it shouldn't take too long.
Fisher, once we're done talking to this guy, you'll come back to the searcher trench and then escort him out to the southeast.
Roger.
I'll let you know when you need it.
Need someone to ferry this guy out.
Yeah, if you could just ferry this guy out at a walking pace out to the southeast.
Yeah, roger.
Did I miss something on radio?
Can I back out?
Yeah, you can back out. Just follow me, sir.
There's a red truck's going to be coming our way. So for Delta,
yeah, just follow me.
Truck coming in. Just let it straight through.
Roger.
The last time I did this, I was told that it doesn't matter what happened. Like, if you search a vehicle, you search every single vehicle that comes through. It doesn't matter if it's been cleared or not. It doesn't matter.
Thank you. I bought it from a man in the market. He was a bit of an asshole in the price. What can I say? Oh, who is this fucking prick? I'm in the car. Beep beep, it's my right of way.
Have a good one, sir.
Hey, have a good day too, sir.
Thanks, Ab.
Alright.
This truck's just passing through, gents. So there's always going to be someone on this trench, right?
Yeah, so say if someone goes back, if you've got two men on the cover trench, one can dress forwards to essentially be the stopper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because if we do get a vehicle come through, I'll have to go back with him anyway, because I'm obviously the searcher.
Yeah, so if you've got two men on the trench to your rear, whichever one basically has less firepower will go forward.
The guy was just bragging about his bike. That's all.
I'm good.
Oh, really?
Hello! It's a truck holding about 800 meters to our west. Oh, it start moving.
Yeah, it's moving now.
To have a vehicle or crates on its back. Roger that. Marsh, are you on an external trench? I am, yeah. Roger. Where's Mr. Fisher?
Over here.
He's there.
Mr. Fisher, do you want to have a go on the external trench and have a chat with people as they come through?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Marsh Fisher, swap out.
You'll love it. Samson's lovely.
Oh,
Oh, that, my friend, is a BBID.
so far.
That grandchild is never going to ask his granddad to pull his finger again.
Oh,
Marsh Birch, rotate out.
the guy just told me about his bike. He bought it off some shady guy at the market.
Yeah, I heard the explosion and sort of assumed it
He went that way, so. He has a good bike.
Go on, head on with that car.
He almost tipped over there. Brooke.
Purple car inbound. Did not stop at previous checkpoint.
Roger, try and make a stop. Do not fire unless he passes you.
Looks like they've got him stopped to the south.
Roger. Sorry?
He went flying straight through.
Yeah. So if he looks like he's making no intention of stopping at least 10 meters before that front trench, tires, engine block. If that doesn't work, head.
Noble, can you rotate round and watch northwest, please?
Roger.
Sorger, if you can rotate to the southeast trench.
Purple vehicle to the south just exploded.
Confirmation is that the purple car.
Hello there. Hmm? Yeah, I was told to rotate. Well, it doesn't seem that boring. Okay, yeah. Again, nothing approaches here. Hmm. Hmm? The purple car, mate.
Yeah, just exploded. As soon as they were walking towards it. I believe there's maybe one casualty even.
Roger, I've not heard anything over comm, so we'll assume they're alright for now.
Roger.
I see him picking up a body, so. I was wondering why I'll return back.
He's good to go. Marsh, if you can walk him out.
Can do.
Right, you just follow me through, I'll guide you out, VCP.
This fucking mirror is a bit dodgy, isn't it?
Is it?
Like, that car's parked on the grass over there, you can't see shit for the long grass. Oh, anyway, action stations.
Don't you like?
I had a good go. If you can move a bit closer, sometimes it clips through, but just in general, it was quite difficult to see under the vehicle with it.
Luckily, in the up, then it won't be grass.
Another vehicle just exploded to the southeast.
There is definitely some grass.
Came back.
I'm back.
Wasn't the explosion in a different place last time I checked? Pretty sure it was there.
What explosion?
I mean, like the smoke. I think it was there, right?
Yeah, but it's the second one. Another one just exploded. It wasn't the car that we checked though. It was a new one.
Okay.
Tried to drive through. Yeah, it exploded in front of the checkpoint.
So the next one is coming for us, right?
I guess.
I'm glad I'm on this side now.
Looks like the guy we just searched is coming back from the southeast. We just let him pass.
No. He's not coming this way.
Check, yeah, he's driving off to the right.
So something else, gents, as well. Being on VCP can get a bit boring. We always try to make sure that VCPs aren't up for a prolonged period of time. But just have a look around this area, and I want each of you to pick a colour, different colours with dots on the map, and I want you to drop one dot on a very vulnerable point in which we are vulnerable in this location to attack. You got 30 seconds.
Is it where the enemy is coming from, or we are?
So we are a 1-1 VCP on map. That's our current location. I want each of you to drop a point down on the map in group chat, not side, not global, nothing like that, just in group chat, of where you think we are most vulnerable here. So if the enemy was to attack us, where would they fuck us harder from?
I'm red, get fucked.
I'm green and I've done my first, so I should get fucked.
Yeah, I was just changing the colour.
Dark green. Arrow to show how they could use the ground for their movement.
Yes, Archie.
Yeah, okay, so primary threat will be to our north. The hill to our north, there's lots of rocks there. Snipers can sit up Gucci in there and pick us off. There's also good positions to the southwest with the buildings. Places for snipers to hide there. There's a little hill to our west as well. Places for snipers out there. In terms of close contact, to our northeast, that would be where we would get fucked harder from. Long grass, they can get right up into the position, especially if they come down from that hill, as Averson drew on the fucking map. Archie's decided to go as fucking Picasso. But yes, they're all valid locations. The primary one would be to the north. Stand by.
Cool.
Start digging down, boys.
Can you repeat last?
Dig down, dig down.
Okay.
Oh god, it takes just as long to remove it.
Where's the access point?
Only one guy can do it now.
Okay, I didn't notice.
Thank you,
Don't forget the stop signs, guys. Fucking Tucker spent months and months learning how to do it, and we'd rather have them all back if you do find them.
Will we be issued out with them?
Yeah, they'll be in.
Okay. I left ours because we didn't put it down. I didn't know.
What if someone drives down that road and then stops?
Excellent.
It just never moves again.
Pop in.
Well, you say that. There's been a red traffic light outside my house, and it hasn't changed in about a week.
Corona for traffic.
Quarantine, isn't it?
Well, the problem is people just start parking in front of the drive and sit there for 5 minutes because the light doesn't fucking change.